Right, thank God we're alive again. Welcome to another episode, which has seen us do about 6 weeks now without getting booted off YouTube. That's a record. I'm impressed, Kate. Steve, for some reason, you became a box full of writing. I might go to the doctors over there if I were you. Oh
I'm a,
my
I'm a, I'm
God.
a book of many pages.
You are a book of many pages, just to be fair. It's a weird book of weird pages.
Yes.
It's true. It's true.
Right, let's start this off in a good news and bad news situation. The good news is we're here. We haven't been barred. That's a bonus. The bad news is, sadly, our guest, he's had a bit of bad news, so unfortunately at the moment he's had to step back from the show. So we wish him all the luck in the world with what's going on. He should be fine. Dude's a legend, so no doubt we'll catch up with him soon. Steve, you are not that girl.
No, it's not. It's my screensaver.
Turn your screen share off right now before I come down to your house.
Steve, don't.
I'm going to teach him how to use his computer. I'm going to have to teach him how to use that computer, you know.
Behave yourself.
Not my fault now you're a dragon. Really? Come on, let's have a look at this.
So, Mo, how's your week been aside from Steve's zaniness right now? How's your week been going, dude?
God. Dude, my week's been so far so good. Luckily, paranormal-wise, nothing much. It's been kind of quiet. I've been, to be fair, you know, when you just, for people who have an interest or a vested interest in the paranormal, one thing that you tend to notice is, for every outing that you go on, for every investigation you do, for everything you do, full stop, it sort of, you'd accumulate piles and piles of data. You'd accumulate so much, you don't realise how much you actually drag in. So, for instance, we done an investigation last Saturday. We done an investigation last Saturday, and on the investigation, we were there, and we had the cameras running. Each camera ran for 2 hours, and as I said, it's only 2 hours worth of camera, or worth of footage, sorry. So you got 2 hours worth of footage per camera. That's 3 cameras. That's 6 hours. Then you've got audio running off 2 recorders for 20 minutes each. That's 40 minutes. Okay, doesn't sound a lot. When you realise that you've got 6 hours and 40 minutes worth of footage to check as soon as possible, plus you've also got everything else you need to do, it builds up. I tried something this week, and I contacted our team. I said, "Listen, guys, we kind of do with some help." And do you know what they done?
Told you to basically.
No, it was weird. They went, okay, send it over. And I was like, yes, perfect, let's send it over. It's gone, it's on. I'll get it over to you. So I've uploaded it all onto the computer. It's all sitting here on my machine now. And then you're left with that one small problem of how the hell do you transfer footage so big so far?
Well, there's I've got a portable hard drive. I can come down and pinch some off you, mate. I can do it that way.
I know. I wanted it to be one of those seamless things where I could just email people, because I've got hard drive and USB sticks.
Oh, you haven't. Mo, you even haven't received ours yet. You know,
crap, I forgot about that.
We're gonna make sure you jump off what's the bridge in Liverpool, dude? We're gonna
the Runcorn Bridge.
Yeah, we're gonna see if you jump off it. That's
you know what?
Yeah,
All that'll happen if I jump off the Runcorn Bridge, I'll probably get some form of nasty disease when I hit the water.
Yeah, I don't want that though, dude.
Or get stuck in the mud.
But they're stuck in the mud. But we are gonna send our side, because I just figured out why all of a sudden my Dropbox isn't holding all this information that it should.
Yeah.
And I was going over what it's doing. It's cutting it down. It's instead of running 25 minutes of straight shooting. Let's say if I do 25 minutes straight shooting, I'm getting 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and I'm sitting there trying to figure out how to put it together. So that's what I've been basically trying to work on, because I want to try to get that Lemp Mansion going.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the first one to go over there. And by the way, that car camera doesn't work for shit, by the way. It picks up great sound. The sound is incredible.
Yeah.
But aside from that, when you hear the word gun, that comes out extra loud, you know? And I'm going like, oh, God.
You've grashed yourself up. That's what
I just grashed myself right there.
Oh, dude.
Aside from that, it's epic. But my infrared camera my Sony infrared IR camera works great.
Yeah.
It works perfectly fine in pitch black. But I'm still trying to work. What I'm going to do is maybe hook up a couple IR kind of cameras on something. You know what I'm talking about. Stuff like that.
Like an array.
What was that big bald thing that we just saw that appeared on the screen?
Trying to veto? Do you know what, right? There is actually something I've done this week, and I've actually really forgot to tell anybody. Well, other than everybody who I speak to on Facebook, because I've been broadcasting it like a bitch.
What, Ireland making the final choice of gay marriage?
Yes, and on that note, me and Steve are making a trip if anyone wants to come to our same-sex marriage.
What did you say?
I said me and Steve have got to go and make a trip, so if anybody would like to come to our same-sex marriage...
I want to see.
Look at the apple head of my eye. Oh.
I want to draw a little bellend.
You're not careful. You're going to end up getting investigated by us, mate.
Sorry, man. I'm so screwed in life anyway, dude.
I wasn't talking to you. I was
talking to me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Do you know what? Screw you. I'm not charging nothing. Fine. I'm not charging any batteries. That's it now.
Why? What a day for?
So, Steve, what are you up to, man? What have you been up to this week? Other than staying up all night. I give you credit.
Well, again, I reckon this week I've probably had about 4 hours, Cape.
Dude. Steve, you're going to have a heart attack, dude. Don't do that, man.
I don't purposely do it. I just can't sleep. It's just one of them. Anyway, what I've been up to this week, getting ready for the show next week, obviously, with yourself, Kate, and Ed again.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Wednesday this coming week. Put together a couple of more videos to upload onto YouTube, which I'll do either after the show tonight or in the morning.
Okay.
Apart from that, just finding out different conspiracy stuff that's been happening in the news. Stories linking to Jade Helm and stuff like that, and any new updates on like the 9/11 situation and what have you.
Just a quick one, Steve. Explain what Jade Helm is for us, please.
Jade Helm is actually Kate might be better doing it because it's on his side of the water, but it's basically a military exercise that it's the full title is Jade Helm 15, and it started off in the southern 6 states of the US. It hasn't actually started yet, but since it got announced 2 weeks ago, they've added a state every day. Or every other day or something like that for the last 2 weeks. Ed Becker actually knows more about it than me and Kate.
That's worrying, considering there's firepower.
You know, but it's like, when something like this on this sort of scale happens, for me personally, when you look back to 9/11 and all the war games that were going on that morning,
yes,
it raises flags with me, as in the false flag. So I've got my eyes and ears open all the time. I think it actually happens to like September, so I could be wrong on that date. Like, I don't.
Do you know the one thing that concerns me, and it's a bit of a petty concern, but it's a concern nevertheless, is if that is right and Jade Helm is going to start off, and Jade Helm is a military exercise just as a training exercise, that they've broadcast that there's a training exercise going on, right? The one thing I do have to question is they're now looking towards all these earthquakes which are happening everywhere, and they're sort of correlating at the earthquakes at what's the word?
Man-made.
No, not that the man-made. No, I think it's weird. I don't want to sound like a big, one of those, I know, like really out there questions, but could we go as far as saying when the film, for instance, San Andreas has come out, now they're saying there's all kinds of earthquakes happening, now they're petrified that something's going to happen with regards to that fault line or with regards to Yellowstone National Park. Could they be putting people in place for a reason?
It's a possibility. I mean, you're supposed to never say never, but one of the ways that they done 9/11, they are based on the new Pearl Harbor, as the day was the June of that year, when Pearl Harbor's blockbuster was released. It was a big box office smash, as you know.
Yes.
Kate knows all about the neocon PNAC document manifesto, which is where it was first mentioned, which was exactly a year before 9/11. So you've got all kinds of them sort of flags popping up here or there, so you're on the right lines, I think.
Do you think, to add on to what, I know this is kind of conspiracy oriented, I mean, Do you think the British are involved also, though? Because, since...
In Jade Helm, not really. I think Jade Helm is a US-based military exercise. They have been in the past, and they probably will do in the future. Do you know what I mean? But
Yes.
they might have some input somewhere, but on a really, really small scale.
Okay.
But I've literally just on one last note. I've just found out this afternoon there's actually an even bigger one, Kate, which I'll speak to you about after the show.
Okay.
Don't want to give too much of that away at the minute. But
Right. Well, do us a favour, Steve. When is your show starting?
Wednesday the 27th next week at 10 p.m. So
Right,
for an hour and a half.
What we're going to do is towards the end of the show, for everybody who's listening, and for everyone who catches this on podcast, where it's going to run on podcast from tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to give Steve 15 to 20 minutes to talk about what's going on, and what to expect from the show. Don't expect little things, to be fair. Steve's not little about Steve.
No, he's not going. It's go big or go home. That's
there's absolutely nothing little about Steve in all departments. No, this is oh, God help me, man. God help me. But no, right. As we were saying before, I forgot to finish what I was saying, or I sort of segued off a little bit. I managed to modify a second Connect this week. It was another one, which was it was sorted out for one of our team members, Darren. And Dan Rutledge just got us the Connect. I modified it. No sooner did it land on our table, I converted and modified it. And I've got a Windows tablet, and I ran it through the Windows tablet.
Oh, yeah.
And the little sod runs faster on the Windows tablet than it does on any of my machines. It's annoying.
Do you have a photo, actually, of it you can pop up right now, Mo, so people can see what they might have missed?
If you give me a few seconds, what I'll do is I'll get the photograph and I'll bang it up on here in the short one. But before then, we're going to go. Actually, do you know what I'll do it? I'll do it shortly. Remind me, and I'll get it up shortly. But what we'll do is I'm gonna let me reword this. I'm gonna jump feet first into a really controversial topic. Now, because we haven't got a guest at the moment, or obviously he's got issues that he needs to sort out, or what we're going to do is we're going to look at some news, and it's hard to look at paranormal news because 90% of paranormal news is crazy, or it's horrible to say it's a space filler on a newspaper. They put it in there to fill space, or because
you do get that impression, though, don't you? I certainly do.
Yeah,
they tend to use it to fill the pages a bit.
It's sad because one of the things that you'll find is whenever there's a paranormal news report on the television, the first thing they do is put the X-Files tune on it, or what they'll do is they'll put a big sinister picture up that they've got, and it sort of ruins it a little bit because there are people who actually put a lot of effort. And
like ourselves, we take it very, very seriously. So
yeah, and you know what? I sort of shy away from anything that we get, which I find anomalous. I shy away from letting it go anywhere because I kind of feel that it goes in the newspaper for 10 minutes. It's in the newspaper, and then from there on out, you're sort of misconstrued. You sort of, oh, there's those people who's that guy in that chat room said was fake, so therefore the footage is fake, and then
it becomes a pain in the ass, dude. It's not even to let me be honest. I mean, let's say you do come across something. Let's say you were at, let's make this place up. You were at little kids broke orphanage, okay, from 1895. And let's say you do pick up a shadow figure. Let's say you do pick up some anonymous. You just pick up a shadow figure, damn it. Okay. Okay. You pick up a little shadow figure, a little midget running across, right? Let's say you do catch that, and and you try to debunk it. I mean, you've gone over 100 different times, 100 different angles, with lights, with people, where they were standing, with this, with that. I mean, people, no matter if you put it on Facebook, forget it. People are going to want to debunk it. People are going to steal it. I mean, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth putting up your findings on Facebook. And that's just my opinion.
I know for a fact that if you put up a photograph on Facebook, right? Okay, I'm going to say a saying which I've said all the way through when we were on our old radio show, and then something I'm going to say right now that we're on our new radio show.
Video show.
Oh, sorry, video show, right? To any believer, no proof is ever necessary, and to any skeptic, no proof is ever enough. Right? You will never be able to prove to a skeptic.
Do you want to say that again, but slower? So I never quite caught that.
Okay. I will do it right. To any believer, no proof is ever necessary, and to any skeptic, no proof is ever enough. You cannot prove to that person. Now,
okay. Well, to file. No, I don't mean to interrupt you, but just that's right. Remember we had Dr. Carrion O'Keefe on, and he said the same thing. Either you got these real dogmatic kind of people,
yes,
or you got these real skeptical kind of people. Yeah. But there's no meeting in between. Is that where you were going with that in a sense?
Well, no, but it is. It's like binary. I'll always compare paranormal to binary. You get people who are skeptics / believers, right? Who are open to belief. They're already on one side. There's where you like, for instance, you like to say you're agnostic. You sit on a fence. Yeah?
Yes.
I don't think there's a fence with regards to the paranormal, because you'll get the skeptic who will, in the back of his mind, believes. You'll get the disbeliever who will disbelieves, right? And then you get the disbeliever who wants to debunk absolutely everything he sees.
Yeah, we come across them a lot.
We do come across them a lot. I always remember I posted a picture of something I took in a cemetery in Liverpool, and it was really questionable, right? And on our group, when I was running when we had the old Hidden Liverpool group running, I posted it, and the picture, to me, I understood and I expected people would question it. People are going to go, well, could it be this? Could it be that? Could it be this? Could it be that? Right? And they went right the way through it. I had the camera. The best way of putting it, I'm a geek. Okay, there's no two ways about it. I'm a geek.
That we know, but keep going with your story.
Yeah, and with me being a geek, if you say to me, "Oh, could there have been something to do with the camera?" Right? I'll take my gloves off and geek the shit out of you. Right?
Oh yeah.
I'll just swear, Jar.
I've seen it being done. Yeah, I've seen that. I've witnessed it being done.
Somebody said to me, right, that is dust and nothing more. I always remember it. That's dust, nothing more. And it was pretty much like saying, okay, that's dust. And I went, okay, how? And they were like, on the lens. I was like, okay. So I clean my lenses on my cameras before I go out and after I come back in, because I don't like them being dirty. It annoys me, right? I make sure the amount of prep I put into getting everything ready is done, and I cover my backside. I make sure everything's right. I make sure that if I take a photograph, I take 3 if I can, and I'll put it into burst mode as quick as I possibly can. And I cover my backside in so many different ways for somebody to just go, dust, nothing more. And my honest answer to that person was...
To just dismiss it, you mean something
simple. And they could have said, do us a favour, send me this, do us a favour, what was the next shot? And I said, did you even think to ask if the next shot had anything on it? And they were like, no, because it was dust, it could have been moving past the lens. And it could have been absolutely anything. 90% chance it was probably anything. But you can't just shoot something down that quick, because... And the first thing that the guy said to me when he joined is, I'm going to warn you, I'm a skeptic.
Well,
I remember that.
I'll actually show you. So go on, carry on. I'll actually bring up that picture that I took and see whether they...
Yeah, and it was just... The way the dude worded it to me was, dust, nothing more, I am a skeptic. And I was like, thank you very much. I don't care on... If you're going to be a skeptic, be a skeptic, and I welcome any skeptic, I welcome any person with regards to the paranormal. If you don't believe, right, and you have a reason not to believe, I understand. Everybody gets the say. That's the best part with the paranormal field, is you can be a disbeliever, you can be a believer.
There's nothing wrong with that, so.
Yeah, and it's just like 2 football teams. There's nothing stopping us all sitting there in the same place and talking about it. But obviously, Neanderthal man kicks in and goes, right, Hulk smash, bang, and sort of ruins it for everybody, effectively. And it's those people which, to be fair, I know it sounds horrible, anybody in the paranormal field, we don't really have much credibility anyway, because everybody thinks all we do is run around buildings in the dark, which we do. But
we do sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. But it kind of frustrates me, because it's these people who are not prepared to look into the field who will sit there and say, dust, nothing more. And do you know what? 90% of the time, that person there, if you say to them, do you like science? Are you believing in science? They go, yeah, love science. Okay.
Well, what I'd say to that is, well, if you love science, then you would have the respect and decency to give serious people that deal in the paranormal on any level just 5 minutes.
Yeah, they won't. That's the one problem with science. Science is, I love the saying, exact science, and I'm going to keep bringing this up until somebody...
There's no such thing.
Until somebody proves me wrong, exact science, because the 2 things that I've said, and I've said it numerous times, so I'm sorry guys if I'm boring you when you're listening, scientists previously believed is one of the most favourite things you'll ever read in the newspaper when something new comes out. Scientists previously believed that the speed of light was blah blah blah, whatever analogy that you want to use for that. And another one is for scientists to prove that their science is an exact science, you'd expect 100%. 100% evidence. It's 95% is what you have to have 95% proof of something before they'll accept it as proof. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times, if I walked over it, but that 5%, oh, this could happen, they'll go, so, but 95% of that's 95% of that is an exact science, so therefore it's an exact science. If you came up to somebody with 95% proof of the paranormal, they're going to pull the 5% out, and the second anybody sees that 5%, it'll destroy. So.
Exactly.
It frustrates me, but in the same breath, you know what? I spend too much time worrying about what other people's opinions are with regards to it. I have a belief. Steve, you do. Kate, you just managed to wake up, and that's good. I'm proud of you.
Kate actually woke up this morning. I'm going to say this morning, I mean this morning as in American this morning.
Go ahead,
and carried on the conversation that he was having with me last night, which was really confusing.
Did he whisper? Hang on. Did he whisper it into your ear while he was cuddling you?
Hey, I'm butching this relationship, buddy.
That's why I said you were cuddling him. Don't worry. No.
I know I'm a big lad, right? But there's no time zone between me and Kate. You know what I mean? There's quite it's like
no,
fate.
there is none. Not with Steve. No, there's no time zone difference.
There's a lot you two share, isn't there?
No.
No, nothing.
Yeah, whatever.
Nothing.
Naked selfies.
Just better. It's
naked selfies. That's great.
We might share it, but we just don't share it with you.
Yeah, we just don't allow you to see it. That's all.
The same preview point what you were on about there, Domo, as regards to the paranormal. I just screen share this with you. What's he laughing at now?
Me getting your relationship together. It's horrible.
Mo, you ought to see the whole time when you having to get up when Natalie came in, how much abuse we were throwing your way when you were sitting there.
Do you know what? No, I accept it. I take it on the chin. I move on from that.
You're good about it, dude. You're good about it.
Of course.
But we were laughing so hard.
I have to be, because I just feel the utter abuse from you guys, and it's just terrible. Whoa, what have you done?
No. What is that?
Steve's having a ciggy.
Right, okay. Can you just give me,
yeah. I
remember this one?
Steve, is that a ciggy?
No.
That is Bidston Hill.
Yeah.
Alright.
Was it? It's over on Birkenhead, in UK, Merseyside. Okay. It's got about 4 or 5 different backstories on it, something like it was a satanic ritual site. It's got all kinds of history to it.
Oh, okay. I know where you're at.
That was one. That was a picture that I personally took myself. It was just for an upshot of the windmill, as to use on the website or something like that when we were back when we were hitting Liverpool.
Oh, I can see the windmill coming down. Okay.
Well,
that is kind of. But what was the weather like that night too? Was it foggy?
It was freakishly clear.
It was. It was a bit cold, but it was alright.
Yeah, I took panoramic shots across the river.
Okay.
Towards Liverpool. I could see really far across the river, which is really good.
Okay.
You could see the planes going into the airport 5 miles away.
Oh, wow.
Cool. It's you're on a hill.
But how would you explain that? I mean, what kind of camera were you using, Steve, at the time?
It was one of...
it was one of ours. The camera that one was a Fujifilm S1000.
Fujitsu, was it?
Those are Fujifilm.
Fuji.
I like Fujis. I like Fujis.
It's a standard camera. The only things I've ever would have put that down to would have been the flash, breath on the camera, anything like that. But he was holding the camera above him when he took it. I do remember that.
But you didn't have
like that.
Okay. It wasn't. Was it set on 10 shots in a row? Because you remember how it cuts off.
No. It was just a single photograph. It was like the last photograph I took of the night. It was just like last one.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And just we packed up and came back over to our side of the water, and that was it.
Yeah, it was a Xenon flash, so it wasn't like an LED flash. We all know that LED flashes are not good for what we do.
Yes.
But behind that, people look at that picture, and do you know what? I can see how someone could misconstrue it, or how a skeptic could come along and go, "That's it." Sorry, I got the hiccups. Don't know where the hell them come from. But yeah, I can see how somebody can sit there and, you know, give an honest, critical answer. It's easy for anybody to come along and say, well, my personal opinion, it's this. Or my personal opinion, it's that. And I go, fair enough, but you're going to get that one person who's going to go over there and go, yeah, someone breathed in front of the camera. Next, please. You know what? Don't have basis. Don't say it. Don't waste your time. That's the way I look at it.
Too thick for breathing in front of the camera. I mean, that's like way too thick for that.
You're the first person to actually. I've showed this to loads of people, and you're the first person to actually say that. I mean, admittedly, it was cold that night, but it was clear as well.
Yeah.
And
it was above your head, that camera as well. I remember you taking a shot. I was laughing at you. No offense. I was like, you're the biggest tripod I've ever seen in my life.
Like,
with 2 legs, not 3. Yeah. But right. Let's start as we mean to go on, because we were going to start on the news, and I'm going to start on a really touchy news subject. And it's touchy for me and Kate and for Stephen, just on the grounds that okay, do as I say, don't do as I do. Let's just leave it on that one, yeah?
I don't know, where are you going with this? I don't know.
I'm going there.
Okay, let me explain. Can I explain this real quick, Mo? So
Please
you know,
do.
On your side of the pond, on the muddy puddle, as I love that term that Aaron came up with. We certain ways of investigation. Most people in the States would call it a B&E, which would be a breaking and entering.
Yes.
But there's also something also called a brick and ladder, which is kind of like a B&E, but you don't do stupid shit. Pardon me. You don't do stupid stuff in order to get yourself, I apologize about that. I got to watch my language, to get yourself arrested for being a vandal. You know, there's a big difference between the two. And I know there's a lot of groups out there going, oh, yeah, but you got to make sure you get permission, man. Well, yeah, you got to get permission. I agree with you 100%. But sometimes a brick and ladder, I don't know. It's when you're out in the middle of nowhere and the house is 150 years old and you barely know, you kind of know the person who owned it or somewhat, you could do it. But not breaking and entering and smashing stuff up, man. I'm not for that. But you know, it's interesting. Go ahead, Mo. I apologize.
Right, no, that's totally fine. You see, the reason I said do as I say, don't do as I do is because a lot of the places we've investigated in the past, we've had to be, best way of wording it, and the best way I can put it is clandestine. We've had to be a little bit head down, slightly. So anyway, right, ghost hunters arrested after breaking into a historic church and destroying a burial monument from 1862. Kyle Hubber of Victoria, oh my God, what an American surname, Todd Suramayoria, whatever the hell, Joseph Porter and Brittany Roberts, there's another one, from Sioux Falls were arrested on Sunday. They were accused of breaking into Nest Church in Litchfield, Minnesota, and several ghost hunters say they have spotted spirit-like things in the area, but the church board members say that it isn't true. Nest Church is known for holding the graves of the first 5 victims of the U.S. and Dakota War of 1862. Okay. Right.
Yep.
4 ghost hunters were arrested after they were caught breaking into the historic church that shaped Minnesotan history. Those guys, again, were arrested on the suspicion of burglary and criminal damage to property, and they were accused of breaking in early Sunday morning. They were allegedly looking for ghosts. Right. I don't know what they're meant to be. Him there.
You can't judge anyone by just a single picture. Do you want
me to go through the 5 pictures of him? Because I think I can judge him then. Look at him.
Go for it.
Oh, don't even tempt me. And then, what's that on that professional ghost hunters?
Oh, he got a ghost hickey. He got a ghost hickey, and she gave it to him. Guaranteed, she gave him. She's got the little white trash mouth.
Dude. She got herself a hickey.
Oh,
you know what else as well?
I never noticed.
Look at her eyes, right? Her eyes state, come down from crack. His eyes state, oh, my mum's going to kill me. You can see the tears in his eyes.
It could also say they've been locked in a police cell for like 10 hours under the bright light and have no sleep.
Well, no, because look at these two. He's well aware. He's like, I'm going home to where I was born. Prison. And this one here, he pulls trucks. That's all I can see is him and his boys get flatbed trucks and just pull each other around. It's useless. Right?
Oh, they're pikeys. They're pikeys, dude.
Really? It's the Ness Church is the first Lutheran church of the Meerka County and is known for holding the graves. Why are you repeating yourself, you stupid website? Though ghost hunters have posted what they believe are confirmed sightings of ghosts in the area, the church board members said there are no ghosts in the building, according to CBS Minnesota. Thank you, CBS. The suspects are accused of smashing several windows of the church of an old building, as well as smashing part of the monument that marks where the first 5 victims of the war are buried. And the first 5 were buried there in 2 boxes. 5 people in 2 boxes. The church board member David Larson said, of course, they had to bury them quick because they had to get out before they were killed. A YouTube video from 2012 shows the ghost hunters near the church where a white figure floats by the camera. But the church board members say that the videos posted online do not hold truth, and they give tours of the area to show people that there are no ghosts. Oh my God, I've never been on a no ghost tour.
That's a waste of money. That's such a waste of money right there.
No ghost tour.
Yeah,
what, go on a tour where there's definitely no ghosts.
Isn't that basically like just like going to McDonald's?
And no burgers. I swear to God.
No.
It's not a murder mystery weekend or something.
Oh my God. Right, anyway. Right, the people who have lived here all of their lives went to this church all of their lives, and we've never seen any signs of ghosts, Larson said.
All of their lives?
Oh, yeah. Meerka County deputies responded to a burglary alarm at Ness Church at 1:53 a.m. on Sunday, and the vehicle was seen leaving the area, and deputies arrested its 4 occupants, Herber, Sermia, Porter, and Roberts. Obviously, that's Brittany Roberts. You can tell by the name she's a keeper. One of the guys is going to... Yeah. Brian Dane. Right, in connection to the crime, they were held in the Meerka County Jail. My honest opinion to that one, and please, I'm not going to swear. I promise you I'm not going to swear. For the things I've just read, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry on behalf of anybody who does go out and investigate the paranormal. I'm sorry for anybody who's covered in tattoos on the neck. I'm not going to do... I'm covered in tattoos. Well, that was a bad time. I've got tattoos. Kate's got tattoos. Steve's got tattoos.
Yeah,
it's not towards people. Yeah, not towards people with tattoos, right? I haven't got any hickeys or beefies, whatever the hell they're called. Right?
No.
Just give us a second, guys. Just hang on a second. I've got no big bags under my eyes. I don't take crack. So am I doing it wrong? They look like I shouldn't skip them, and it sounds horrible to say to be really negative towards them, but what I see here is 4 people with total and utter blatant disregard to a building, smashing a window, climbing in. Let's be ghost hunters, and it's not that. It's kind of.
It didn't say anywhere in that story then whether they had any equipment with them.
Good
bong.
A bong and a crack pipe. You know,
it didn't.
Might have. I'm going to tip exit in. Why not? But yeah, it sounds.
No, it's a valid point though, isn't it? The paper's saying that these were ghost hunters who broke into this historical church. And I agree with you. I don't think they were. I think they were basically just vandals.
Yeah.
We're serious paranormal investigators, not ghost hunters. Paranormal investigators. They would have equipment with them.
That building, Steve, and Mo, definitely looked, I mean, just from the different angles of it, it basically says off limits. You know, there's you know where to go, where not to go. That says off limits. You don't break and enter. You don't
generally churches are off limits anyway.
Yeah, they're off limits. You don't do that. Yeah, not in the least
I don't understand why you'd investigate a church. That's the thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been to Abbey. We've been to places like that. But the places we've been to, there's been a reason. Now, I understand 5 people are buried there, and you have to bury the bodies quickly. But bear in mind, I've never heard of anybody investigating a hearse because it's carried a body to a cemetery. I've never heard of anybody investigating a crematorium because people were cremated there. Because guess what? They were already dead. All they're doing is burning an empty shell of a person. It's kind of it's utterly redundant. I just don't understand the situation.
Stereotypical as well, I suppose.
Sadly, but it's people like that, right? There's been a few occasions over the past couple of years where people have given us a bad name, and I know we haven't got a good name as it stands, because guess what? We chase shadows. Guess what? We're wasting our time. We're spending money on equipment which doesn't work. Ghosts don't exist. all that bull, right? You waste money
just to waste money.
Yeah, you got more GoPros than GoPro.
I do. I just bought an extended battery for each one. Like for my 3 Plus, I bought an extended battery for the other two. But I'm selling a SJ4000, a brand new one. I'm getting rid of that because I didn't like the sound of it. The sound is horrible. So it's brand new. So if anybody listening wants to buy it for $41, put your bid out on eBay. I'm sticking with GoPro. But aside from that, I mean, you guys are both right. I mean, plus, I mean, let's look at both sides of the pond. In America, let's say you're in the UK and you're busted in the same situation, you're not going to go to jail.
Well,
you won't.
Well, it depends on the property, though. I'll say that first and foremost.
Yes, it does.
If it's a church like that one was, you generally probably get done for trespassing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But they're going to get busted for more than trespassing. They're going to get busted for vandalism. Who the hell knows if they spray painted the walls in there? Who the hell knows if they were digging up graves?
That's another good point. The story doesn't go into enough detail.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The one thing that frustrates me is it'll always, things like that always give us a bad name. We struggle to prove credibility for what we do, right? And we're trying, it sounds horrible because you say to the masses, we preach to an unconverted people. We preach to the people who stand there and go, ghosts don't exist. The paranormal doesn't exist. By the way, I'm going to go and watch the new Poltergeist movie. Oh, I love the Paranormal Activity movies. Oh, have you seen the new Conjuring movie? The Enfield Poltergeist program started. These people are sitting.
Oh, it was dead scary. It was really scary. Really.
They're on the edge of the seats. Yeah, and they're like, "Ooh, I loved it." I wonder how it would have felt to have been in that house with the Enfield. And you're like, right, okay, you don't believe it, but now you're trying to work out what it would have been like to have been in the house.
I actually got someone on that while I was out and about last week, and he asked me what I did in my spare time.
Yeah.
And I actually pulled them all from that particular point. And it basically said, when I said, "Oh, we're paranormal investigator," he sort of, "Oh yeah," like, yeah. He said, and the first thing he said to me was, "Have you been watching the Enfield haunting?"
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's so stereotypical and in the moment, but yeah, I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To myself, but it's the same sort of deal. Yeah, on one hand, you've got them saying, "Oh, you just run around an empty building with cameras and you chasing ghosts." But on the other hand, you'll go and watch The Conjuring or whatever, and pay money to see it and be all made up with it and everything.
Yeah, and to tie into what you were saying, Steve and Mo, about that, I get this email the other day, which I showed both you guys, that the museum I might work at might have this big paranormal investigation with Chad Lindbergh. From what was it? Ghost. What the fuck? What was his show? Ghost
Stalkers.
Ghost Stalkers.
Yeah.
And I saw the contract and everything. And I was asked if I wanted to be helped. I go, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down with whoever the his person is, and I'm going to play hardball with them. Reason is, if I'm not allowed in there, and I've worked there for 4 to 5 years to do an investigation, and they're going to come in with 20 to 30 people, and they're going to be snapping off. Some museums, they don't let you snap off lights and everything especially if you got old pictures. So everything's got to be covered. So I'm gonna play the dick, and I'm gonna be like, listen, this is what you can do, and this is what you can't do. And if Chad Lindbergh's if he's gonna have an issue with it, tough. I'll get it so it's shut down. I mean, I'm not going to lose my job over it, but at the same time, I'm going to sit down with the boss and say, here's what you can't have them do. Here's what you should be allow them to do. Yes, they have insurance, but we have a lot of stuff that cannot be replaced that are from the 16 and 1700s that, God forbid, you get one fat idiot running through there, trips and falls,
with a cable camera or something.
Yeah, trips over the cable camera and stuff like that. I mean, you're going to ruin it. It's going to be ruined for me. Because my way, I'm trying to...
is that once they've done that show at the place where you work as well, Kate, once they've done that, they're going to go on to the next one. But you've still got to work there the next day.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
The future.
That's the whole thing. That's why I gotta sit down with the boss and say, this is protocol here you should do. because you got to be careful in this aspect, and especially with the curator, she'll be going nuts. But unless I'm going to be doing a walkthrough and giving them a, yeah, this is what happened, yeah, this is the story of this happening, this is what I've heard, this is what this person's heard, fine, I could do that. But you know damn well if somebody's going to be in there, they're going to have their millimeter, they're going to have their fake millimeter, they're going to have
infrared. No, not do you know what? Right, I bumped into an investigator who bought a kit. Right, I'm just gonna bring. I've got 3 things I'm gonna bring up really quickly. Right, he bought his kit. He bought a kit off eBay. Right, it was a pre-built kit, and he was talking about what he got, and he showed me a picture of his £4.5 voice recorder, a $6 voice recorder, and his oh dude, it gets better. His thermometer that he uses when he's out on investigations, because you obviously need to keep close.
The gun thermometer with Celsius? No,
a chicken thermometer. You know the ones that you jab the chicken with, the probe thermometer.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Somebody took this guy for a run. Oh man, that's awesome.
But you know what? I'm gonna go back to a normal saying that I like. I went off this planet. You know, I wanna go find a new place to live.
I made pretty good money off that. I made good money off that sale, by the way. I just didn't tell you.
Oh my god! But yeah, right. The second thing I need to bring up is Jenny Ashford and Thomas Ross. I've just asked. I'm gonna give them a shout out. They've just said that they're watching. So guys, hello there.
What's up?
I bought the book and it's great.
Oh, you can read?
That's not even funny.
That's impressive.
I'm not involved. I'm not involved in this.
I'm about to say, he's got something up on the both of us there, hasn't he?
Yeah, he can read. I hope it's not children's books, Steve.
I'm still teaching Kate to join the dots.
Yeah, what? yeah. I can't cuss either, so there you go.
I'm gonna also as well. I'm the worst person in the world to talk about being told he can't do something when he wants to go and investigate somewhere. It was not a week ago that me, Stephen, and our team may or may not have jumped a fence or two to get into a location which I'm not going to mention yet because we need to be well clear of not being accused of trespassing slightly. We didn't break anything at all. We went into the place with the utmost respect of the place. One other thing as well, I've been into places. I've been into a few locations that have been told under no circumstances can you take photographs, whilst taking my camera out my bag. One of them being a place local to us now called Speak Hall. You're not allowed to take photographs in the place. They say no flash photography, and it is all over the place. There's signs saying no flash photography, and I was being an absolute pain in the backside about it and taking photographs of the signs. This was a couple of years ago. I was posting photographs of the no flash photography signs up on Facebook because I just thought, don't ask me. I paid to get in here. Don't stop me taking photographs. Watch this. And I just went on a mad photograph spree, and I got hundreds of photographs of the place. And people going, "You shouldn't really have your camera out." I'm like, "You should really mind your own business and leave me alone. I'm having fun." And even Natalie was standing in front of me at one point, shadowing me so I could take photographs. It was like a secret mission.
Oh, someone phoned the CIA. They got another covert op here in the making.
You're busted.
Yeah, I felt like James Bond. But what I'll say, and I'm going to say it to everybody, whether you're getting into this or whether you're just getting bored of the way people are doing things. If you want to do it, do it, right? If you want to jump a fence, I can't say to you, don't do it, right? It's your life, you live it, right? If you want to jump that fence, and if you break your leg, then
that's your fault. Yeah,
you've done it yourself, right? I can't sit here and say I condone you jumping a fence. I can't say that I'm an adult, and if I fall over and do it myself, or if I trip up, or if I fall through an open window, like I may or may not have done
once or twice or 3 times.
Dude, I've done it last week. I fell through an open window into.
God, did somebody get that on video? Please say yes.
No.
Please. Oh.
Actually, no. I don't know. I haven't actually reviewed the other 2 cameras yet. That'd be brilliant. But I know 2 people had to come back to help me through the window, and I felt like one of those elderly people getting off a bus. It was embarrassing. But yeah, nevertheless, I made it through and I survived. But yeah, I'm not going to say don't do it. What I am going to say is, if you're going to do it, be aware that it's on your own head. Be aware that if you fall over it, you do it yourself.
All right, let's go. Let's move on to, if you don't mind. I'm kind of getting interested in this article right here about Amy Bruni.
Go for it.
Everybody knows. Mo gave me this cool article here. He came back with. If you go back to the 1800s, especially after Lincoln was assassinated, you see a picture of Mary Todd Lincoln, and there's Abraham Lincoln with his hand on her shoulder and stuff like that. And we all know it's fake, it's fraud, and stuff like that. It's just the way they used to do things with double overexposure and stuff like that. But this is kind of interesting because Amy Bruni, as we all know, the girl from Taft/Ghost Hunters, former Ghost Hunters, supposedly former, I guess. Oh yeah, she had a falling out with Jason Hawes about contract. I forgot about that. It said former Ghost Hunters investigator Amy Bruni is looking for old photos. Not just any old photo will do. According to her Facebook post on May 23rd, she's looking for old spirit photos to add to her collection. These photos often feature eerie, shrouded, or ghostly images in the background, but they aren't evidence of the paranormal. These photos were taken as hoaxes with the hopes of convincing others that ghosts lurk in the background. Spirit photography was popular in the mid-1800s and the early 1900s after William Mumler accidentally discovered that a double exposure produced a ghost-like image in the background. He soon capitalized on public interest and began deliberately producing spirit photography. God, imagine the suckers that were out there for that. Okay.
Often, the 1800s.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, it says, he, of course, doctored the photos by using actual photos of the deceased. Mumler billed himself as psychic and began preying on those in mourning. Mumler was eventually revealed as a fraud when he had images of living people in the background, and they were identified. Spiritualists soon joined Mumler in his quest for the photograph of the dearly departed and claimed that the images were created by ectoplasm. Some, like William Hope, made a thriving business out of filming the deceased members of the subject's family, but fell from grace in 1920 when Edward Bush tricked him into producing a fake photograph. Bush contacted him under a fake name and sent him a picture of his nephew. Hope later, produced a spirit photography addressed to the fake name and contained an image of the nephew identical to that of the photo Bush provided. Despite his exposure, many of Hope's followers refused to believe his photography was a hoax. Now, this is pretty funny, actually. While it's much easier to fake photographs of ghosts and spirits today by using photo editing programs and or apps on your phone, these spirit photographs require tampering with the negative. The resulting image may look laughingly fake to our tech-savvy eyes, but to those in early era, they were often seen as evidence of the dearly departed was still around. Now, Amy Bruni isn't trying to find evidence of the paranormal, at least not in these photos, but she's looking for old spirit photos to add to her collection. You can contact her via her Facebook page. Actually, that's kind of a cool article, actually, because she's not trying to...
she's setting family on the fence, isn't she?
Yeah, she's not really doing much, Steve. Like, she's not really trying to, like, prove that... I'm sorry?
I like that you can clearly see the two ghosts there and that one there. Come on.
Oh, that one in the back, the one you got on right now, Mo, that's like a given... Is that a skull? I can't see.
That is the concrete evidence we've been looking for all this time. I'm selling me stuff now. Like, we don't need any more equipment. Whilst we've got images like that, we don't need anything else. We've smashed it. That's it now.
Oh, that's a skeleton. Oh, I didn't even know. One guy drunk leaning over, the other guy looking at him, and then there's a skeleton. I mean,
well,
this
I know
is
it's kind of weird because when you look at the way photographs were back in it sounds horrible saying the good old days, considering those good old days aren't my good old days. They're like just olden days. One of the things that you notice with regards to that is they used to do do you remember the post-mortem photography?
Yeah, Memento Mori, the Memento Mori pics. Yeah,
I really like it. I think it's impressive as hell.
I love those.
I do, but it's the sad part is it was more children that they took the photographs of, and
yeah, well, most of the kids died young those days anyway. I mean, the Victorian and even the Edwardian era too.
Yeah,
they tended to die.
Child childhood diseases, weren't there? Like
God, yeah.
Yeah, consumption,
bronchitis, and all that stuff.
Do you know what the saddest part was? It's how they used to deal with the people. I've seen side photographs where they're held up at planks of wood and things like that. They literally just crop the dead body up, like, come on, well, like the little Barbie dolls, you know, you can just bend their arm here, bend like Action Man, before you know. But it's kind of sad. But in the same breath, I can understand why she's looking for that. But the next question is, this is what the paranormal news is all about. This is all you seem to be seeing. A group of people break into a building and blame paranormal investigating, right? That's a good excuse. It's not going to get you any time off, and if they haven't got any equipment, as you said yourself, there's no point in doing that. Second one for you is when you look at those types of photographs, as good as it is, she's literally got on Facebook and said, has anybody got any photographs I can buy? And then,
yeah, see, that's kind of cool though in a way, because she's not out there trying to like do anything. It's like collecting those memento mori pics.
yeah.
Let's say you had a few mo that were passed down from generation. Let's say your great grandparents. Oh,
Yeah.
I would have hit you up with cash already to try to buy them off you, because I think they're like cool as hell for like historical purposes.
Oh no, I totally agree with you. If the photograph has historical significance, then go for it. Some of those photographs, now I understand that the faked ghost images. Look at the ones from the seances when people put wool in the mouth to make it look like ectoplasm coming out of the face or whatever. They were really impressive. I liked those images. Not that they were impressive, they were slapstick, is the best way of wording it. But the impressive part for me was they actually took the technology that was around them and they did hoax. Now, a hoax is a hoax. You don't want to obviously sit there and go, it's. If you believe it is, then obviously you should say maybe, look at all avenues, look at all possibilities, and say maybe that is a bit of a false image. But nevertheless, they're good. But I don't know. I'm just rambling. I think it's a good idea, but nevertheless, Steve, what are you doing? You're screen sharing again.
Yeah, I'm still listening. I'm still here. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're just screen sharing the blank background. What are you doing? Are you stripping off or something?
I'm looking at any other stuff that we've got that we can speak about.
Well, there's other things in line anyway, because we've got to look at a deserted shopping centre for some reason.
Yeah, I've got that idea actually. I'll bring that up right now.
That's you.
Good cue. Well done.
Well, it would be a good cue if it wasn't about the deserted shopping.
Ha ha. Funny.
Oh, not my fault.
Funny. Right, I don't exactly know where this was or when it was reported in the Express or on their website on the 19th. Is that this week? Just gone?
It is, yes, the week that just passed.
Yeah. And it basically says, picture, did woman spot ghost at deserted huge shopping centre? An amateur photographer believes they may have caught a ghostly spirit formed on camera while exploring the spooky grounds of what was once the world's biggest shopping complex.
Wait there, don't roll down yet. Oh, he's done it.
I haven't done it.
We're going to do a drum roll for this evidence, okay?
Go on then.
Wasted. Go on. There you go. It's a ghost.
It's a ghost. Pop it up.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Steve, that's the real picture you took of the ghost, dude. Don't lie.
Steve?
You're so busted, Steve.
So that's just happened. Oh my god. Right,
I'm literally lost for words.
I know it is impressive, isn't it?
I'm more interested in the noise in the sky story on the side of the picture there, actually.
Sky sounds are pretty creepy at the moment.
Pretty creepy, but anyway.
Yeah.
They sent a tweet into Channel 5 News, check this photo out or whatever. Randall Park Mall. Tonya Nestor captures a creepy image mysteriously rising from a track at the abandoned Randall Park shopping mall in North Randall, Ohio, USA.
Kittens?
Oh, yes. It's an abandoned mall, I think it is. I think that place is abandoned from what...
Well, yeah, I have said abandoned about 4 or 5 times.
No, I just remembered that, though, because I've read about that place before.
I think it might be abandoned from the
well, they've got other
description
on the inside.
Yeah. God.
What do you say to stuff like that? I mean,
do you want my honest opinion? Right? I on my phone take hundreds of images per month. Fact. I take stupid pictures of the kids. I take pictures of everything anywhere, right? If I have to zoom into an image or I have to really scrutinize an image to find a piece of evidence, then I don't class that as a piece of evidence.
Not in there.
Yeah. It's if you have to zoom in on 3 pixels in the bottom left-hand corner and class that as something which is important, then I don't believe that's true. I don't believe you should put that much credibility into it. How many times have we been sent an image? Kate, you the same? Someone's gone.
Yeah, I'm getting sent some images.
Yeah, someone will send you a picture and they go, what's your opinion on this picture of a Navajo Indian in the bottom left-hand corner of my screen, the last 3 pixels? You can see clearly his name's Sitting Bull. They go really deep into it and tell you the answer, and you're like, bit of suggestion in there maybe. So yeah, I think that when you look at pictures like this, why are you standing in an abandoned mall taking pictures? Well, I don't get that. That's the first question.
Especially that angle too. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
If you look at it from a totally impartial point of view,
yes.
Do you know what that is? It Six Flags theme park in. Oh, what's it called now?
Like Texas or something like that.
No, it's
Six Flags all over the United States.
Where Hurricane Katrina happened.
New Orleans. It's abandoned. Yeah,
it's been abandoned, hasn't it? But you get a lot of people going in there for the photography because it's just left the way it was, basically, weren't it? And it's been like that ever since, I think.
Yeah.
Now it could be just for scenery photography. They could be just photographers.
Could be urban explorers, maybe.
Urban explorers, anything. Now, if it's done on that sort of basis, where she wasn't actually there doing a paranormal investigation just to take pictures, then I suppose it's okay, fair enough. She doesn't know what that is. She doesn't remember seeing it there when she took the picture. But you've got to look at that photograph and think, well, okay, if you put that to one side a second, what were you taking a picture of?
Yeah, do you know what though, right? If you scroll down slightly.
I've just been scrolled down.
Yeah, scroll back down. Just below that picture. Stop.
Yep.
Actually, just above that picture. Look at that sentence. Look at the paragraph above.
This one here?
Yep. Read that out, go on. You'll love it.
But once posted online, a number of skeptics dismissed suggestions it was a paranormal event and speculated the picture had been taken through a car window with a smudge on it.
Yep. Clearly it was taken through a car window with a smudge on it, probably a late model Ford Taurus. It was blue. Long live the skeptics. Do you see me point? That's where skeptics push us. And don't get me wrong, guys, I understand if you listen, I understand if you're a skeptic. I mean, I'm not sitting here and saying I'm a big mad believer of everything that's out there.
Oh, no.
I am saying that I do spend a lot of time late at night in buildings looking for something because, to be fair, I have a belief, and my belief is something there. I just want to try and work out what it is for myself before I want to work it out for anybody else. But to be that naive to just say, yeah, obviously that you can tell that's a smudge on a car window. No, you can't at all. That could be the pictures, like the shutter speed in the camera could be up a little bit too far or open a little bit too far, and it could be a bag blown in the wind.
You can't even tell it's taken through any window, let alone a car window.
You'd see more smudges.
Yeah, it could be absolutely anything. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to debunk it, because, you know, the person was there. If there was a reason for them to believe it was a ghost because they had a bad feeling or somebody died in that spot or they seen it themselves or something said, take the photograph, I'd understand. But the fact that they've just said, oh, look, there's a ghost, that's pretty, again,
and
naive.
It's a bit, I mean, well, I suppose she was after, she probably...
Can you blow that up, Steve, any?
Yeah,
With enough dynamite.
She's probably asking for punishment, really, because the first thing she did was tweeted it to a news station. And that's the one thing you don't do.
That's the first thing most people do if they ever. Do you know what? It sounds horrible, but if you're amateur to the paranormal, then what you can do, or what people tend to do, is they'll post it as quick as they can to the nearest media outlet, because guess what? It's smoke and gun evidence. Unfortunately, you're going to get somebody who's a little bit more seasoned to the paranormal field who's going to go, hang on a second, what could it be? And before you know it, disaster strikes.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
There we go.
That looks like a smudge, dude.
It does look like a smudge. I'm not saying it doesn't, but...
Would you go as far as saying...
Go back. Let me see it again. I want to see if there's something up top above it I want to see also. I don't know. Or if it's not going to work. It's not going to work. That's fine. I thought I saw something a little higher.
Was it sea turtles?
Just bear with me, Seth.
It could be fairies. I don't know.
Give me 2 minutes and I'll bring it back up bigger for you. You can have a proper look. You can talk amongst yourselves, you know.
No. Do you know what? I'm doing exactly what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Not in a bad way, of course. I'm previewing it, and I've literally just saved it to my machine. Have you just saved it? Have you? Or?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you want to bring it up, or do you want me to do it?
No, go on, I'll do it. I've got my screen shared on anyway, so.
All right, buddy, go for it. Right. So yeah, all I can see in that image, right? If you look very closely at it, I can see why they'd say it was through windscreen, because if you look, there's like clear blemishes towards. If you look, it
does look when you zoom out and get it in its full, you know, on its normal ratio. It does look like it's got a cloudiness to it in general.
Right.
But that could just be the light of the day, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could also, if you zoom really, really close into it, it could also be. I'm not messing. Zoom right into it, right, and bring it up in the screen, so it's dead center, right. Do you know what I see there? And I'm sorry, I've got to say it. It looks like one of the aliens of Mars Attacks. It's got a little face and everything, so obviously it's an alien from Mars Attacks. No, realistically, it could be took through a window. I can see why people would believe that, but in the same sense, don't just dismiss an image just because you can. But then again, you are leaving yourself up for a bit of an assassination if you do throw yourself up on.
But there is movement. There is movement going on though too, because if you look, it's leaving a trail, so there's definite movement.
Yeah,
whether it's a car moving, whether it's. I'm looking at other areas on the pictures too.
I just struggle to understand if that wasn't there at all. If that wasn't in the picture, what was she taking a picture of? Because she caught this unexpectedly. Don't forget, that's what the story says.
So what's there? Unless you wanted the trees, I mean.
Exactly. What are you taking a picture of? Forgetting that for a minute, It's just makes sense.
I think it's just honest opinion. I think it's somebody just mad shooting, just gonna trigger happy with the camera, just to see what they can bring up, which is pretty frustrating, nevertheless. But again, as the saying goes.
For all you know, it could be Chewbacca hiding in the bushes. You know what I mean?
It's Batman. It's Batman.
No, I'm Batman.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. We sort of. I don't want to seem like I'm going around in circles with this, but with regards to the paranormal, you need to be healthy, health. You need to be critical. You have to be, because
It's good to be an open skeptic. We don't mind skepticism, but as long as it's done right, just like the skeptics, well, most open-minded skeptics, like Dr. Kieran O'Keefe, for instance, who we spoke to recently, they're willing to listen to you, what you think.
But there's a lot of...
They don't ridicule you, they don't stereotype you, or...
But I see... What I see out there a lot of, Steve, and it's kind of like you were saying, Kieran O'Keefe had it down. There are a lot of frauds out there. I mean, there are a lot of people that want to be parapsychologists, want to be demonologists, want to be this, want to be that. Don't even have a high school degree, and calling themselves a parapsychologist. While Dr. O'Keefe sat there, and he could probably sit down and try to figure out why the hell I'm so bipolar within probably 2 hours, and help me out.
See your point there, like.
You know what I'm saying? And these idiots out there that are claiming to be this, claiming to be that, they're the ones that are ruining it. They're the ones that are ruining it for everybody. I mean, like when Mo and I were sending out, that 1 point free demonology, certificates. We could also put out free parapsychologists, and we could create a school that's non-accredited and still do it. Because I was reading this one lady's, she tried to friend me on Facebook, and before I friend anybody, I read, just so it's not a fake, profile. And I read this lady, she said she's a parapsychologist, and she said what college she went to. I'm like, hold on a second, let me look this college up. And I looked it up, and it's a non-accredited university, which basically means she's full of shit. It's like some metaphysical school and stuff like that.
It's an office in a back building somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Exactly, dude. It's behind a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
It is the 7-Eleven.
It is a 7-Eleven where she got it from, and she's sitting there trying to say all this stuff. I mean, I was reading her posts, and I'm going, I could blast you so hard right now if I really had the time or the energy, and I just said I can't do it. You know, but it just pisses me off the people that if you are an accredited parapsychologist, you will have a degree in psychology for the most part. Look at Dr. Barry Taff. He's another one, like Dr. O'Keefe, who does have his PhD in something. Yeah. You're not just a fucking say you're a parapsychologist and use a freaking ghost app on your phone. And I've known people that have done that
in 3 sentences. Right? Do you know what though? Right? And Kate, you can.
But you're right though. He is spot on.
Yeah, you can agree. Kate he will agree with me on this one. I kind of hope. But we've bumped into people who have became demonologists on a Wednesday. We spoke to them on the Monday, and they've been like, "Yeah, we're starting up a team." And you're like, "Oh, cool." And the next minute, "Yeah, we're a demonologist." Why are you a demonologist? Because I watch Ghost Adventures.
Okay.
What?
Yep, that's happened to us, Kate. You know what I'm talking about.
So does that make me I don't know, a footballer because I watch football matches?
Yeah.
No, you look like a rugby player, Steve. You look like you're rugby all the way, dude.
No, I'd go as far as saying Steve looks like a porn star.
Yeah, he's a porn star. Yeah, we'll get Steve porn.
I'm getting a completely bad name here, you know.
What do you...
Although I'm not denying it.
Dude, you're associated with us. Your name's gone to crap anyway.
I haven't got a name. Mr. X.
Yeah,
right there, I'm hiding my face just like this. That I'm associated with Mr.
I
X.
grab my mask if you want me to.
Oh god! Right, guys, I'm gonna move swiftly on to the best piece of news that we've ever done on this show. Right, so anybody who's in the chat room, anybody who's listening to this in the podcast when the podcast gets released,
videocast,
or anybody who watches this on the videocast. Oh my god! Right, brace yourselves, okay?
Go
on. Do you know what? I don't even think the world's ready for this news. I think we're going to have to do it, but I don't think it's ready.
I think we're getting set up, Steve, but go ahead, Mo. Keep going.
Cautious optimism. Black screen.
There we go. Right, proof that ghosts exist. Woman accused of cheating blames evil spirits and passes a lie detector test, yeah? Okay, so if she's passed the lie detector test, she's got proof that the spirits exist, right? That's it, right? It's worked, okay? The proof's there. On the Jeremy Kyle show. It's happened. Yes. Jeremy Kyle, Afro Man, and Brandy, or Brittany, whatever her name is, from that place, those guys who broke into the church.
Not Brittany Roberts, is it?
No, it's the one who broke into the church with those guys.
Yeah, Brittany Roberts.
Oh, so she flew over to England, basically, or is Jeremy Kyle like an English guy in America? I'm not.
Jeremy Kyle is Jerry Springer, just with a lot more smarter English comments.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Okay, a woman who blamed ghosts, when her boyfriend accused her of cheating on him, passed a lie detector test. Hey, Che made an extraordinary and, it turns out, truthful claim as things took a turn for the creepy on the Jeremy Kyle show. That's never happened. The Jeremy Kyle show's never seen anything creepy before. Ever. Nobody on there ever looked creepy. Oh, by the way, she looks creepy. That weird little creature.
She's a cretin. She's a cretin.
Come on, carry on. Don't punish us any longer.
Oh, shut up. Right, it all started out as a pretty standard fashion as Gary accused his girlfriend of doing the dirty on him. And the twist? Ghosts are involved. Namely, that the noises Gary claims to have heard of his wife cheating, or heard of her cheating, were the work of the spirit world. Right. I love that. That's amazing. I understand that skepticism. I actually believe and understand. And do you know what? Yeah. Gary explained to the presenter that he'd found the condom wrappers that suggested she was cheating, but the biggest
Stop. Wait a minute. Not only is the ghosts, but they're actually practicing safe sex.
No, it's even better. It's far better than that.
Oh, Jesus, go on.
Right. Do you know the way we have woolly hats?
Yeah.
It wasn't condoms, they were Casper woolly hats. That's all it was. That's all it was. Don't worry about it. Right, Gary, where are we? He suggested she was cheating, but the biggest clue that was on one occasion, they had been sending voice clips to each other while she was in the bath and heard a man's voice. The voice apparently said, "Carry on." Yeah. clear EVP. How could I have heard a man when she was in the bath? He wanted to know. I was in the toilet, nobody was there, Che persisted, and that the BBM picked up a whisper in the background and it was a ghost. I am telling the truth, I wouldn't lie. Incredibly, she was telling the truth, and she passed her lie detector test with flying colours, meaning that it really must have been Casper having a word into her mobile. Shocker. Naturally, this
in all
tickled
fairness,
Twitter.
right? In all fairness, just to stop you there, this is a perfect example, right? For
Wait there.
basically. Hang on, let me finish. Right?
Go on.
If she's genuine, and it's a big if, right?
Yeah.
And it was caught on the recording of the BBM or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Right? Why aren't they talking about that bit of evidence because it's supposed to be an audio recording, rather than making her go through a lie detector test, which she passes apparently, and to prove that ghosts are real, but then basically take the piss out of it on the Jeremy Kyle show? Why is she on the Jeremy Kyle show?
Because she's going out with Afro Man. Nevertheless, Ed Becker's put in the chat room. That just proves that the devil made me do it. Has some truth to it.
Nice.
Oh, Ed, I love you, Ed. Anyway, I'm going to move swiftly onto these tweets.
Thanks for that.
No, don't think we're finished, right? Stop blaming the ghost and admit you're a cheat. I've seen it all now on Jeremy Kyle. # brilliant. Oh my god, she was shagging ghosts. While simultaneously confirming the existence of the other side, but Jeremy Kyle has just proved the existence of ghosts. Does that mean that all ghosts are real? Or all ghosts are real? Someone come and sit with me, please. # Jeremy Kyle. That little picture. # Jeremy Kyle. Damn, it was the ghost. So ghosts are real. It was on the Jeremy Kyle show. We know everything that comes up the Jeremy Kyle show.
It's a perfect example though, of how the media and the attention of the media will jump on people like this, who don't give us a good name to begin with, and blow her up out of all bloody proportion. Invited on the Jeremy Kyle show, for crying out loud. What's she going to do next? A tour of America where she's on Oprah and friggin' Geraldo and Jerry or something, you know what I mean?
I don't even think Geraldo would have a piece of her now after that, you know.
What I mean?
Do you know what I go as far as saying? Does that mean that somebody put the willies up her?
Oh yeah, I wonder her position.
Stupid. Anyway. How do you move on from that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a little bit of this, a little bit of ghost love.
Ghost love. Oh, Jesus. I can imagine after the sex, she sits there and looks at the ghost and goes, "You're dead to me."
Maybe that's what Slimer was.
Slimer.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah. Babe, no, it was ectoplasm.
Oh,
that's funny as hell.
Ridiculous, isn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous. This is what we have to deal with, though. And on a serious note, this is what the paranormal field has to deal with on a daily basis. Where people just don't want to take it seriously. If you don't want to take it seriously, go somewhere else.
Well, look at the movie Poltergeist that just came out. Got absolutely horrible reviews. Yeah. It's supposedly like, I'm not even going to cuss. I could say it, but it's just that bad. I heard it's just horrible. I mean, it just isn't even worth seeing. So I guess I'm waiting for that to come out on Netflix.
I don't generally tend to pay attention to critics of movies, especially because it's a personal preference. The way I see it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, it always will be.
I'll still watch that because it's a remake of an old classic. You know, the original.
I'll watch it when it comes out. You know, I can watch it on Netflix, definitely, but I'm not going to sit there and watch it. Oh, real quick, guys, what website can we find for our side of the pond on the Enfield Poltergeist? Is it a 3-part series, basically? Is that what it is?
It is, yeah.
Like I was saying to you the other day, it only finished last week. It was a 3-part series. If you're gonna, I think Sky still got the license for it because they're still running repeats and stuff, and it's still available on their on-demand service as well. So at the minute, they've got it tied up. At the minute,
I'll find a site that's got it. I'll figure it out.
Whether Netflix won't have that, will he?
No, I'll watch it on some others.
It may do. It might end up there really quickly. So I'd hold off and just see if it appears on Netflix. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But
I'm sure it will do at one point. But if not Netflix, that Now TV, because they were powered by Sky at one point.
Yeah. No, to be fair, if there's a way of getting hold of it, I'll make sure that I'll post it up in the chat room or not in the chat room.
I can get hold of it. That's not a problem. But I'm not going to tell you how.
Yeah. It's just sometimes there's legitimacies involved, of course.
Yes,
but nevertheless, right, Steve, this is the part where I hand it over to you because you've got something you need to announce and something you need to.
Why is it that time already? Is it?
Yeah. 16 minutes past 11, or in America, it's probably like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Whatever the hell.
All right, okay. I wasn't even prepared for that then. Hang on.
Sorry. Go ahead, I'll let you get prepared.
Dude, I just got knocked and run, man. I want to kill these. I'm going up to their fucking parents' house. I'm going to drag their fucking parents out of their fucking house. And I kid you not. Okay. I am going to drag their parents out of their house, and I am going to pummel them. I am going to pummel them. It is kind of funny, though. I did get knocked. I'm not cussing. I'm done.
Don't let them. Do not let them. Don't let them. Don't let them know that it's happened. Right? Wait till about 12:30 tonight. Find out where they live and just go and knock the living bejesus out the front door.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a brick through their window. Is what I'm going to do. But
no, you don't want to. What you want to do is creep them out.
Yeah, that's true. I'll knock on their door. I'll find out where they're coming from.
Yeah, that's a good shout. So
I thought I was expecting something in the mail.
Yeah.
These kids get me good too. I swear. I'm going to get them. I'm going to
Just remember that was still live.
What I'm going to do, I'll find them. I'll hunt them down because what I'm going to do.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir,
Just
Steven.
remember that was still live.
Yes, sir, Steven. Sir, Steven.
Get on with it.
Yep, Belland.
Right, Steve, go on. You've got something to talk about. Come on.
Well, I did have, but he just threw me off then.
Oh, shit.
Steve, I'm sorry. My fault.
On Wednesday, the 27th, which is this week, myself and my friend there, Kate, are starting a new show, which is going to be run monthly, called Conspiracy Corner. It's going to be done exactly the same way. Based on everything that is conspiracy, on stories that are current in today's news, on in various areas, and on past events, in historical events. We've got a guest coming on called Ed Becker, which some of you may know. He's the author of True Haunting, but it's going to be strictly conspiracy based. There may be times where it crosses paths with the paranormal field for obvious reasons, but it's going to be conspiracy based, but in the same sort of format. But this time what we're going to do is, towards the back end of the show, the last 15 minutes, if you get into the chat room and you get logged on, if you want to add your own piece, then you're going to have that opportunity to do that. But you're probably only going to do it for one person. Obviously, we have like a maximum 4 people if anyone wants to come on. You don't have to if you don't want to, obviously. But we're going to be discussing quite a few topics. Hashtag Conspiracy Corner. I'm going to create the events page after this show, Mo.
Yes.
And send you the link so we can be shared out. And I'll share. Ed's already asked me for it in a message before anyway. And get it all shared out and set up. So that's this Wednesday, 27th, 10 PM our time, 5 Kate's time, 4 is Central Time, I think it is. In the States. Yeah.
Do we have a topic?
No, not really. It was very hard to pinpoint one particular topic because there's so much going on a daily basis, basically, as Kate will tell you, when he stops looking at his phone. But yeah, it's there's so many topics. I mean, so rather than just trying to concentrate, so we might do like the bulk of the show on one particular topic, or maybe 2 that might be connected. But it's going to be touching on several. I'm going to draw up this show schedule.
As quick as the news goes, because with the paranormal, the best part about the paranormal is a lot of what's happened has already happened. But with regards to what you're going to be looking at for the Conspiracy Corner, a lot of the things you'll see may happen, as you say, on a day-to-day basis. You're waiting on Jade Helm, for instance. There's nothing to say by the time that the show starts. Something may have transpired between them.
You're spot on. By the time this show finishes tonight, there might be something else happened. I could go online and find something else that wasn't online 2 hours ago.
Of course. That's the best part about what's going to happen with your show. Also, for everybody who is in the chat room now, and everyone's going to be listening via the VidCast once it's up on YouTube, and for anybody just in general who pays attention to what we're doing. There's also going to be a new page going to be set up on the Beyond the White Noise radio page. We're going to set up a new page just for the conspiracy, a new chat room just for the conspiracy. We're going to have everything set up on one side for that. I know of a few people I'm going to try and contact shortly with regards to it, who may be able to offer some assistance with regards to some things that they know, some of their knowledge. So
yeah, we put the feelers out. Certainly Kurt has as well on his side.
Yeah,
but I've got to give credit to Ed Becker as well, though, because we were speaking to him sort of privately the other night, and he knows so much information on various different topics.
Yes,
and he spent so long looking into conspiracy theories. And I hate that term, but he spent so long doing it, and his knowledge is just ongoing. He's a vast wealth of knowledge that I tend to dip into. So if you're listening to Ed, I look forward to speaking to you.
Oh yeah, Ed,
it's going to be good.
Ed is one knowledgeable individual. That's the best part about Ed. So as I said, for what we're going to do is we're going to post it up like mad onto all social media, so people are aware.
Starting tonight, so look out for it.
Starting with the second the show finishes, it'll all start going live. We're going to start rolling the ball on that. So if you are involved in the paranormal and also have a healthy vested interest in any of the conspiracy side of what's going on, bear in mind the planet isn't as simple and as straightforward as you think. It never has been. It never will be. There's always somebody who's willing to throw a spanner towards society and toward the world. So if you want to give yourself 5 minutes to just have a little ponder what's going on, get over to the show, sit there with Steve, sit there with Kurt, and sit there with Ed. Three minds. I get baffled when I speak to Steve. I get kind of baffled by some of the stuff he tells me. It's sort of jaw dropping. So get over there. If you don't get over there, then
I always say the one thing I always say is don't always believe everything that you see or read that is given to you through the MSN, which is the mainstream media.
Yeah,
there's always a backstory to their cover story. Knowledge is power.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And one thing I will add to the conversation that you're having right now is I once read something in a book. The book was Area 51. It was about the Ox cart, the spy planes. It was about all that. Yeah, the SR-71. So it used to call it the Ox cart. And one of the things in there is somebody approached Bill Clinton with regards to what information he had on Area 51. And off the record, somebody said, do you believe in aliens, blah, blah, blah. Do you believe in this? Do you believe in that? Do you believe Area 51 is where they're testing this? What do you believe? And he went, listen, I am not at liberty to say anything I'm not at liberty to answer any of these questions. It's not my place. Not that it's not his place. It's not for me to say. And he went, what do you mean? He went, well, let's just say sometimes there's a government in a government. And he states that's in black and white in the book. And for a president to say that, then,
was he president at the time of the comment?
Yes, 4 weeks in. And for somebody like that to say that, you think, Jesus Christ.
Kate's getting nervous. Look, he's looking out the window already.
Yeah,
nothing. I'm going to take care of some business.
Yeah, I've got to remember that he lives sort of close to the capital, don't he? I'm not going to tell you more about them, will he?
Hashtag Edward Snowden. Just saying.
That's great.
Yeah.
That guy's a legend, but anyway.
Indeed he is. Right, well, we've got 5 minutes left in the show, so just before we go, again, as we've said, Steve's going to be rolling with his show on Wednesday, and as for next week, we've got Gary Fisher coming on, and Gary Go ahead, Steve, do you know where we stand on Gary Fisher? Not on his neck, though. He's a nice guy.
Other than he's due on next week, I don't personally actually know.
Don't worry about it. That's awkward for you. Gary Fisher is one incredible individual who I've been speaking to, Aaron's been speaking to, and Kurt spoke to in the past. And we got speaking when we interviewed Ed Bogrowski.
Oh, yeah.
And Gary Fisher is I think if I remember correctly, Gary Fisher is one of his team. And he's starting up his own show, and it's going to be starting up in the next month or two.
Is he the guy, the US Air Force guy?
Yes.
Is that him? I do know. Yeah.
The guy's absolutely legendary. He's military, but the best part about him is he is as open-minded as anybody with regards to the paranormal, especially anybody who's has a vested interest a vested interest in the paranormal. He is on our side. He's a nice enough guy. I've spoken to him a few times with regards to coming onto the show. Aaron arranged it all, so I'm really grateful towards Aaron doing that because you know, it's not every day we're going to get to speak to a guy like him. He's really open-minded towards everything, and every conversation I've had, he's just been a really nice guy to speak to. So I'm really looking forward to interviewing him. And the next one, I'm not going to mention the week after, because the week after is, again, more on the celebrity side of things, somebody who's put themselves on the television. So we're going to wait to mention him for a week or so until we know for 100%.
Yeah, but we've got a couple of people lined up. So. Yeah,
so we've got a fair few new guests coming on, and they're all going to be absolute legends. So again, I'll say that to Dave Childers, I hope everything's okay if you do get to watch this, and you've got to, if everything's okay, I just hope everything's fine for you. For everybody else in America, it's Memorial Weekend, innit, Kit?
Yes, it is.
Memorial Weekend. I don't understand what it is. Just go out there and get drunk. Enjoy. It's the best way.
It's for all the vets out there and everybody kind of giving a, you know, it's one of those days to remember the vets that did die for this country. Even the vets that kicked your asses back in the 1700s. You know, we still give.
Shut up! You can't talk.
We destroyed you guys. A bunch of wee little babies giving you a black eye.
Really?
I love it.
Really?
I love it.
Steve,
really?
Have you ever heard the saying, brother fighting brother?
It's okay. I'll speak to you offline, mate. Don't worry. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah. Steve's got a particular set of skills. Oh God! I will find you and I will kill you. No. You know what? Right. Yeah, it was a good film. But yeah, nevertheless, as I said, we're coming to the end of the show now. So all I'm going to say is thanks very much for everybody who's listening. As of next week, with regards to our show, as of next week, new guest. We're going to have a show structure. We're definitely going to look at the news again, because I've kind of enjoyed the fact of being able to look at the news and look at how embarrassing the news actually is. And you know what? For anybody who is in the paranormal field, if you want to post something towards mainstream media, just make sure. Yeah, just make sure you get the answers to the questions that are going to get asked before you get asked them.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not saying don't do it, because we kind of need it, but what I am saying is do it cautiously. As for jumping fences, if you're going to be a dope and jump a fence on your own head beer, if you're going to fall through an open window, make sure someone's filming you. If you're going to fall over a fence and be 6'9", like one of our team members, don't shout timber. That was an awkward situation. Oh God. Awkward.
Did you actually do that, Mo?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Just to clarify, he's not the one that's 6'9" either.
Oh,
No.
He's not the one that's 6'9".
No, not me. Oh God, help me. Oh, but yeah.
He would be a ginger, wouldn't he? He'd be the. Okay, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, that's one thing. One other thing I forgot to mention to people, by the way. In our Beyond the White Noise page as well, I'm opening a tutorials and downloads page where I'm going to any of the software I use to correlate anything. For instance, if we use Connect, the software we use to get Connect up and running on a Windows machine, I've got a zip file with all that there. I'm going to post that up onto the page. Any tutorials like on how to modify a camera, for instance, on how to set up checklists, forms, team structure, best place to buy this type of walkie-talkie, best frequency to run them on, best way to, any best practice or any tutorials that we can offer, or any other team members or any affiliates to us can offer. I'm going to collate it, get it all onto one page, and it's just going to be there for anybody who needs anything like that. So that's going to be up, and that's going to be up from about Thursday this week, I'd say. So that's the end of me. Anything you want to add, Steve?
Tune in Wednesday. You're not going to be disappointed, because I don't leave no stone unturned, and that's more of a warning to them.
And it's awkward for me because my wife's maiden name is Stone.
Well, tell her to get up, because I don't leave no stone unturned.
What are you turning your wife over for? That's kind of awkward.
I always do.
Kate, anything you want to say?
That's how she lost the keys.
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm just going to try to find the people that are knocking on my door and running.
Oh, we think. Just let them go, man. Let them go.
I'm going to find where they live, because I'm going to drag mom and dad out of the house.
I kind of hope you don't stalk kids.
Yeah, it's true.
God help us. Right. Anyway,
what about yourself, Kit? You got anything to add before we go?
Do I have anything special?
No.
Wait till we have the 27th, man. It's going to be awesome.
Hell yeah.
It is going to be awesome as hell, dude. And for real, it will be. I got to get into my research mode now.
Yep.
I'm going to destroy both your days and
On it.
leave you to talk after the show and let you destroy that.
Hashtag ask BTWN or hashtag conspiracy corner for any topics that you've got in mind for both paranormal or conspiracy.
Yeah, we can always get back to you anyway. So guys, right, thanks very much. Thanks for everybody who's listening, and enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Peace. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Bye, guys.
Peace.